Muhammad claimed to be God's final prophet.
Well, Woody, Muhammad did not claim to be the final prophet. Muhammad was revealed to you to be the seal of the prophet. It's not only mean final, but he is the chief, the king of the kings of the prophethood. So even Jesus will be under the leadership of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, I hope you understand, Mr. Woody. Okay.
And yet, he wasn't very good at doing things that other prophets could do. Many prophets validated their claims with miracles. Muhammad couldn't perform miracles. Muslims eventually made up a bunch of stories about Muhammad performing miracles. Unfortunately for them, the Quran had already declared over and over and over again that Muhammad couldn't perform miracles.
Okay, Mr. Woody. Bad news for you. Muhammad did perform the miracle of splitting the moon into two, as was mentioned in 54:1. The hour has drawn near and the moon has split. What is the meaning? The moon has split. That means Muhammad has already splitted the moon into two. And because of this, the pagans and the Jews and the Christians say, "Oh, Muhammad, you are the greatest magician in the world," you know. Because who came to testify that the moon was split into two were the caravan that traveled from Medina coming into Mecca, and out of their excitement, they asked the Meccan whether they did witness the splitting of the moon, because the caravan saw it at Medina, you know. And if Muhammad was only a magician, the splitting of the moon can be seen at Mecca, you know. But people from Medina came to tell the Meccans, had you witnessed the splitting of the moon? That was Muhammad's greatest miracle. So, Mr. Woody, you are lying, you know. What a great liar that you are, you know, in trying to defame Muhammad. But the fact that Muhammad also fed 1,000 people during the digging of the tunnel with a little flour and a little meat, just like Jesus did, you know. So those are the miracles of Muhammad that you deny even until now, or even you have come across the hadith but you refuse to read, you know. Okay, Mr. Wood?
Prophets called people away from paganism and idolatry. Muhammad didn't. He encouraged paganism and idolatry. In fact, no man in history has spread paganism and idolatry to more people than Muhammad. If you don't believe me, just observe Islamic prayer and worship. Muslims bow down to a pagan cube, walk circles around a pagan cube, and kiss a pagan rock. And somehow they think that this is the pure worship of the one true God.
Again, so sorry to disappoint you that the Kaaba and the stone, they did not belong to the pagans. The Kaaba was built by Abraham and Ishmael, and the stone was given by Gabriel to Ishmael. So that's why you can find testimony that the Zamzam water was in Mecca. That was the story where Ismail, when he was a baby, he was kicking the ground because he was thirsty, and Allah dig up the ground and pour out spring water called Zamzam. So that is the location of Mecca near the Kaaba. So the Kaaba did belong to Abraham and Ishmael, and Abraham and Ishmael worship the one God. So the Kaaba did not belong to the pagans. The pagans only came after years later, as you know, after the death of Abraham and Ishmael. Then the Mecca, the Kaaba became an idol statue place for those pagans, idol worshippers. Okay, so Muslims do not bow down to the Kaaba. Okay, it is unrighteousness to bow down to the Kaaba.
Finally, prophets predicted the future. Muhammad couldn't. Muhammad's strategy here seemed to be just say hundreds of different things about the future and eventually you'll get something right.
Okay, Mr. Woody, Muhammad did say about COVID-19 when he said the time is near when the big mosque won't be filled by any worshipper, you know. That means Muhammad had predicted the future precisely. COVID-19, Muhammad said the end time is near when the mosque there is no worshipper in the mosque, you know. So, and then some of the other prophecies about Muhammad said that the Byzantine Empire will be defeated by the most pious person, you know. And the Byzantine Empire indeed was defeated, okay. So, David Wood, I hope you wake up from your bloody woody idea. Do not defame Muhammad, as Muhammad is the Holy Ghost, the Spirit of Truth, you know. So I hope you can stop lying about Muhammad. Okay, Mr. David Wood.